Marvel Rivals just revealed a new 2026 roadmap featuring PvE story content based on the MCU. We also got our first look at the new costumes hitting the shop this week, plus the devs revealed 4 new Marvel Rivals heroes we'll see in future updates, this time including some more adorable fan favorite heroes like Hitmonkey. What it do, Durag Nation? A lot happened at last night's Marvel Rivals event, so I'll break down everything you missed without wasting any of your precious time. First, Hulk smash that hype button so YouTube shares the great news, and let's get it. First, some free stuff. Rivals is helping you finish your battle pass or farm units if you're already done with a new Chrono Rush event, rewarding you with unlimited bonus Chrono tokens from March 5th until the start of Season 7 on March 20th. Speaking of the new season, for those that missed it, last night Marvel Rivals hosted a one-night only event in Hollywood for the fans, which featured cosplays, panels, giveaways, as well as new game announcements. And those announcements were massive. They started the night by teasing some content to expect in 2026, including a tease of Season 7, which will of course bring in Black Cat and White Fox as playable heroes, with Kingpin as the main villain. They also revealed new trailers for this week's highly anticipated cosmetics. First up is once captive Corsair for Psylocke.
Your day ends,
This is the 5th new Marauders costume so far that Rivals has introduced, and the 10,000th Psylocke outfit. This costume will be epic rarity. Joining her in the shop is another Marvel Rivals original, but this one is tied to the recent event Faulty Dream and Twisted Nightmare. Last week Moon Knight got his own, and now it's Captain America's turn with this incredible Cursed Captain outfit. This costume is also epic rarity, and both will be in the shop for 1,600 units starting March 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern. But by far the biggest announcement of the night was about the new PvE content. Last year, Rivals promised they would be doubling down on PvE in 2026 after the success of Marvel Zombies, with the first PvE mode arriving in the first half of the new year, and they came through on that promise. Wang revealed a multi-month-long event called Marvel Rivals Path to Doomsday. Every other month, Rivals will be dropping new game modes, costumes, villains, and potentially new heroes, with each of those months releasing content inspired by an Avengers movie. Things kick off in April with a new asymmetrical game mode inspired by the first Avengers movie. Players can take control of Loki, who will have a new set of abilities, including mind control based on his mastery of the Infinity Stone. Loki will fight against other players who are trying to save the city from his rule. Loki can use his Mind Stone to summon allies to his side, and other players can summon the Hulk under the right conditions in order to recreate iconic moments from the movie. As part of this event, Rivals will also be adding the Loki Avengers 2012 costume into the game. August and October are based on Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, so we should see new game modes featuring Thanos, and potentially a new hero coming to the roster like Captain Marvel, who is a big part of Endgame, not to mention all those cool MCU costumes. The final update will of course be in December, and I can't wait to see what they have for Dr. Doom to tie in with Avengers Doomsday. It's very possible they add him to the roster as a playable hero, in addition to a new PvE mode based on the movie. The current storyline is setting up Doom 2099 to potentially join up with the heroes in order to fight Mephisto, who is currently keeping Dr. Doom's mother Cynthia trapped in his dimension. Doom learned the truth after stealing the Collector's contract from Rogue, so I could easily see him coming to the roster as a vanguard for Marvel Rivals Season 11. Speaking of new characters, Rivals also teased another 4 new heroes. Marvel Games executive producer Danny has been building hype by giving fans both a preview and a vote on new upcoming heroes coming to Rivals with these fun weekly polls. We've had a variety of very cool new characters teased by Danny so far, including Nightcrawler and Mystique, Green Goblin, and Bishop. This week's new Marvel Rivals hero teases had the theme of cuteness. In 4th place is a deep-cut Marvel hero named Doop. Doop is a lovable green blob that speaks an alien language everyone can somehow understand. Captain America thinks Doop was created by the US government as part of a secret Cold War weapons program, and the strange creature spends most of his time with the X-Men. Like Doop's origins, his powers are mysterious, but also extremely OP. making some believe he's an extra-dimensional being. He has a genius-level intellect, mind control, telekinesis. He might be omniscient because he seems to know everything, even about people he's never met. He has flight, super speed, and durability, is strong enough to overpower Thor, can manipulate his size and shape, shoot energy attacks, and even has his own dimension called Doop Land that he can send objects and people into by absorbing them. Doop can heal his own wounds, resurrect, and even break the fourth wall like Deadpool. It'd be hard to say what role he'd be in Marvel Rivals because he can literally do anything. He could be the second Rivals character after Deadpool to have 3 different roles. Third place in the poll is a character that first appeared in Rivals during season 6, Howard the Duck. Howard has been a fan favorite ever since his live action film in 1986 and has appeared in the MCU during What If as the husband and baby daddy of Darcy Lewis.
It should have been me, not him!
Howard Duckson comes from an alternate dimension on a variant Earth called Duck World, where all intelligent life evolved from ducks. Howard is a skilled martial artist, has a genius IQ, as well as great speed and reflexes, despite being a duck. He can even survive in space without a suit. Ducks from his world also have the capacity for magic, and Howard was able to cast spells after being taught by Doctor Strange. Howard appeared in Marvel Rivals as one of the creatures being held by the Collector. He was freed by Deadpool and now lives with him and the other creatures in New York. Howard definitely seems like he'd be a duelist, but I'd love for them to use the version that was trained in the mystic arts by Strange, which they teased in the game already, as the version of Howard the Duck that is the convoy on the new Marvel Rivals map is actually Strange Duck, the Sorcerer Supreme. Second place is the hero on this list I'm most excited for, Hitmonkey. The character exploded in popularity as a result of his incredible animated show on Hulu that has run for 2 seasons. Hitmonkey is a Japanese macaque raised in the mountain wilderness of Japan. His life changed when his tribe found an injured assassin and nursed him back to health. Hitmonkey kept trying to get his tribe to get rid of the man because he was dangerous, which turned out to be true as soldiers came to slay the assassin and took out the monkey's entire tribe. The intelligent monkey was able to take out the soldiers using guns he'd seen them and the assassin use, but was surprised when the assassin came back as a ghost. Together they went off on an adventure with the assassin teaching Monkey how to be a hitman so he could avenge his tribe while also finding who was responsible for setting the assassin up. Hitmonkey has no special powers, but he does have the natural physical gifts of the monkeys of his species, but he's much more intelligent than they are. He's skilled in martial arts thanks to his hitman training and typically wields guns and a katana. He would certainly be a duelist in Marvel Rivals that could definitely feel very similar to Deadpool with his fighting style, but with much more speed and mobility. Dominating the poll is Marvel's original best boy before Jeff, Cosmo the space dog. Cosmo was a test animal for the Russian space program and was sent into orbit, but his spacecraft drifted off course and ended up on Nowhere, the famous city built on top of the head of a celestial that Null defeated with his Necro Sword. Cosmic rays mutated the dog, giving him psychic abilities. Cosmo was another of the creatures introduced during season 6 that Deadpool rescued. I think he could work very well as a strategist in Marvel Rivals. He has powerful telekinesis, can create force fields like Invisible Woman, read and control minds, make himself and others appear invisible, and shoot psychic energy blasts. His advanced senses could also give him wall hacks like Daredevil, but without the visual limitations. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new PvE content and who you're hoping to see in Marvel Rivals this year. But there's more. Besides new content in Marvel Rivals, there are more than 13 new superhero games releasing in 2026 and beyond that you also need to be ready for. Click the video on screen to learn more. And a huge shout out to everyone supporting me on Patreon. Join for free so you never miss an update.